A key part of America's makeup is our diversity. The variety of our backgrounds and experiences are woven together into what makes our country one.
Seeing that people that are sort of like me make me feel like less alone.
As we recognize Hispanic Heritage Month, this week we bring you the perspectives of those making a difference within the Hispanic community.
So to know that she doesn't have to have that fear is I think, the most rewarding part of it.
And our nation as a whole.
I was determined to prove that I, as a Latina, as a woman, could succeed, be successful.
This is The Race. Welcome to The Race. I'm Chris Stewart. Those who identify as Latino or Hispanic made up more than half of our country's total population growth, according to the most recent census. No state saw its Latino or Hispanic community grow more than North Dakota. This state is now as racially diverse as it has ever been. And with that growth, there are new efforts to make sure everyone is included. Sometimes home is a place that needs to be discovered.
At the end of the day, we all need that sense of belonging.
When Yolanda Rojas's husband landed a job in the oil industry in 2012, she and her 5 children left Arizona for rural McKenzie County, North Dakota.
We moved to North Dakota for the opportunities, just, a better shot at the American dream.
While the oil fields here offered opportunity, this area lacked diversity.
I was just like, okay, we're outnumbered. And it felt weird. I felt secluded, and I didn't feel part of the community. One of the first things that made me feel inadequate here were not seeing anything Hispanic, like no programs, no organizations, no events, nothing that promoted a diverse culture.
But much like the oil fueling the rush of people coming here for work, diversity is also seeing a boom. The 2020 census found North Dakota to have the fastest growing Hispanic population in the country, growing around 150% in a decade.
When I was growing up here, it was Norwegians and Germans, and it was Lutherans or Catholics. We're kind of the diversity that we had here. This area is kind of the hottest.
Daniel Stenberg has seen plenty of change in the county he works for. McKenzie County is the fastest growing in the entire country.
I think rural America is generally considered to be resistant to change or maybe not be super welcoming to newcomers. I'm sure we could find some of that here, but just because we grew so fast, so quickly, that we didn't really see a lot of that resistance.
But Yolanda found for many in the Hispanic community, North Dakota was a place to work and not much more.
The feedback I was getting was, this is a boring town, there's nothing to do, I don't like it here. As soon as, I save up enough money, I'm leaving.
But now Yolanda is providing the help that she says can be overlooked in communities changing so quickly. She's established an organization to help the growing Hispanic population better integrate into North Dakotan communities.
We don't want them to leave. We want them to feel comfortable in their own skin here and just feel accepted.
She and her husband opened a Mexican restaurant, which she says would not have survived in the pandemic if not for the support of the same community she says she once didn't feel accepted in, a place she now considers her home.
I will not move from here. Like I've jokingly said, if they try to kick me out, I'm not leaving. This is my home now. I consider myself a local here, and I have no intention of moving anywhere else.
Tens of thousands of Hispanic people serve in the U.S. Armed Forces, but just fill 1% of military leadership roles. Alexa Liaco spoke with a woman who broke down barriers and is now fighting to help others do the same.
They're all deeply personal. Yeah. Okay, this was the first one I wrote. This poem is called Into the Light.
This past year was a time for firsts for veteran Lisa Carrington Furman.
While the country masked up,
She began writing poetry.
I lifted the mask that hid years of sexual harassment while serving my country.
And for the first time in her life, she spoke of the pain she's lived.
I came into the light face to face with the betrayals of my fellow brothers in arms.
She's never talked about these times, preferring her firsts to be career achievements.
That first few assignments I had, I cried in the shower, no one ever knew. I've just carried this stuff in here for years.
A pain she buried as she rose through the ranks.
I have a Bronze Star from my time in combat.
She retired as the highest-ranking Latina in the Air Force.
La Coronela.
The colonel commanded forces in Iraq and was deployed around the world.
You cannot be what you can't see, right? I am very stubborn, and in Spanish we call that terca. I'm very terca, and I was determined to prove that I, as a Latina, as a woman, could succeed, be successful, and hopefully pave the way for other women.
She never realized until recently why she pushed so hard to succeed. In basic training, Lisa was sexually assaulted.
He had a lot of rank, he was powerful, and he walked around there like he owned the place, and I was a nobody. And I was a Latina at that, a nobody Latina, you know, so it was, I didn't say anything. And part of me even thought, was this part of the training?
It wasn't just the assault. Harassment was an all too common part of her career.
Trying to do your job, then there was the daily conquests of the military sexual trauma, constantly being asked out, pursued, gestures made around me, sexual gestures, you know, and lewd jokes, lewd pictures.
That pain only fueled her to succeed.
I really wanted to be a leader, and people started coming up to me, especially other Latinas, and saying, you know, I've never seen anybody with your rank before. I can hopefully aspire to be like you one day, you know, so that drove me.
But only when she retired did she realize a tougher job was beginning. Her fight to heal, her fight to help service members and veterans just like her.
Because no one looked like me, I knew something was wrong.
Lisa opened up resources and started the Veterans Affairs Office at the University of Texas at San Antonio. She also joined the Hispanic Veterans Leadership Alliance, pushing for more Hispanic leadership in the military.
Just this month, the Air Force put out their second disparity review. Their findings were very similar to what I found years ago.
The newly released Air Force report revealed minorities and women are underrepresented in leadership, specifically at the senior level. The Hispanic Veterans Leadership Alliance found less than 2% of military leaders are Hispanic.
And we came in because we love our country. We love this country and we want to serve, and we were taught to serve from when we were young. Our culture is like that. If you get Latinos in, you know, they're going to work hard for you and do a great job.
It's that equity that Lisa is working tirelessly to see.
I have a cover design.
As she writes a book about the inequities and sexual trauma she and fellow service members experienced.
With every poem I pen, every word I write, I feel like the death of 1,000 cuts that I had while serving is slowly beginning to mend. I'll never totally forget, of course, what happened to me, but I'll be able to understand it more and then channel it into the good that I'm doing.
Especially to lift up and celebrate her people, her sisters and brothers, those she knows can be the military's leaders of tomorrow. For The Race, I'm Alexa Liacco.
Young Latinas are finding their voices, how a group is helping them gain the confidence to overcome obstacles.
I can do it. It's nothing stopping me.
When The Race continues.